Iowa, a state abundant in natural resources and blessed with fertile soils, considered by most U.S. citizens as flyover country, and most commonly associated with corn and pigs. Iowa is so much more. In fact, you might say we're downright nuts. Blame can squarely be placed on the Iowa Nut Growers Association, a passionate group of growers, hobbyists, breeders, nut enthusiasts, nurserymen, and a few folks that are just plain nuts. The Iowa Nut Growers Association has a long and rich history, being one of the first nut growing organizations west of the Mississippi. Join us for a couple of minutes while we journey the Iowa Nut Growers Association's past, present, and future. The location and natural features of Iowa allow it to grow a diverse range of several nut species, including black walnut, which can be found in every Iowa county, Carpathian walnuts, hazelnuts, hickories, pecans, which are natural crosses between hickories and pecans, and of course, chestnuts. To stimulate progress in nut culture in Iowa, the original Iowa Nut Growers Association was organized in 1940 by a small group of men, all dedicated to the preservation of Iowa's native nuts. Among the founders were Simon and Davis Snyder of Center Point, Iowa, Dr. William Rohrbacher of Iowa City, Corliss Williams of Danville, Seward Burhow of Huxley, Iowa, the Schlagenbusch brothers from Fort Madison, and Claude Lonsberry of Ames, Iowa.
The Snyder brothers, Simon and Davis, were like legends in our organization, and they made many selections from wild trees. Another figure is John Whitty from the Burlington area, the Winkler hazel, Fairbanks hickory, and there were many hickans that were selected due to their size. They're a cross between the shellbark hickory and the pecan, and they have a large nut. There were several varieties of hickans, Burlington, Green Bay, and Des Moines hickan.
Hello. We would like to take this opportunity to show you some information about STEP Incorporated. We feel that STEP offers a valuable service to our community, and we hope that after you watch this video, you will share this feeling. We also would like to make you aware that STEP Incorporated has an endowment fund. We started this endowment fund so that we can continue to provide the support that our clients need to be part of our community. At the end of this video, we will provide you with information about how you can make a contribution to this endowment.
In the early 1960s, parents of children and young adults with disabilities banded together to start an organization that was to become STEP Incorporated. With few community schools or services available to them, they worked to start a place where their children could find opportunities to grow, learn, and find meaning in their lives. These parents knew then what we know now, that given opportunities, people with disabilities can be contributing members of the communities they live in. Although much has changed since that time, STEP is still working to find ways for individuals with disabilities to grow, learn, and contribute. STEP does so by providing services that offer opportunities for individuals to work and to receive training and support at their service sites in our communities. STEP currently operates 4 service locations, 3 in Fairmont and 1 in Blue Earth. In addition to these service sites, STEP provides employment support services to individuals at other businesses throughout the 2 counties. STEP currently works with about 85 adult individuals who have cognitive and/or physical disabilities. The goal of STEP's services is to enable people with disabilities to live and work in our communities. STEP meets this goal by providing support, training, and employment that allows each person to grow and learn, to live a more independent lifestyle, to interact with other people in our communities, and to find meaning in their day.
My wife and I choose STEP for our son because STEP is able to give him the individualized plan he needs and the individual attention someone with his needs requires. We have found the staff to be very good caregivers as well as good people. STEP is a safe and healthy environment where he can go to work and see friends and coworkers every day.
Thanks for calling, and I know you're going to love your visit to Fairmont. Bye for now. Oh, hello, and welcome to the Fairmont Convention and Visitors Bureau. You know, I just love telling people about the restaurants, entertainment, and recreational opportunities Fairmont has to offer. Whether you're traveling on business, visiting friends and family, or just passing through, Fairmont has comfortable, affordable lodging options to accommodate any need or pocketbook. Located at the junction of Interstate 90 and Highway 15, Fairmont is a refreshing oasis for visitors with its 5 beautiful lakes, hiking trails, and golf courses. Be sure to give me a call when planning your next visit to Fairmont, or stop by my office when you arrive, and I'll be happy to assist you in making your stay in Fairmont a memorable one. Bye for now.
Hello, I'm Jason Howland, and welcome to Speaking of Health, a place to help you learn how to live a longer and healthier life. Imagine you or a loved one is faced with a serious or life-threatening illness. You want to relieve the pain and improve your quality of life, in some cases in the small amount of time that is left. While traditional clinical medicine can't cure you of your illness, palliative medicine can help you live your life better in the face of that illness. Our guests today on Speaking of Health are Dr. Corey Ingram, Palliative Care Medical Director from Mayo Clinic Health System and also Assistant Professor of Palliative Medicine at Mayo Clinic, and also here to share her own personal story of a family member's experience with palliative care is Linda Sandberg from Sherburne. Thanks for joining us both on Speaking of Health.
Thank you, Jason.
Well, Dr. Ingram, first off, could you start by explaining what palliative care is? Because a lot of people probably don't know what it is.
That's exactly right, Jason. Thank you for asking, and thanks for having this segment on palliative care. I think your intro actually stated it quite well about if a loved one had a serious illness. And in palliative care, we are a team of people who focuses on one thing, and that is helping a patient and their family live well in the face of serious illness. We tend to 4 main areas of their life: their physical suffering, social suffering, emotional suffering, and spiritual suffering.
Hello and welcome. I'm Mary Dawn Kislingberry. Today we are going to take a look back at the early days of the Chubb House, the effort to restore this historic building, and its current uses. Along the way, we will gain some insight into the early settlers of our community.
The Chubb House is named for its builder, Dr. Orville Chubb, a Civil War surgeon who settled in Fairmont, taking advantage of the free homestead offered to early settlers by the federal government. Built in 1867, Dr. Chubb used clay from the banks of Buffalo Lake, just north of Fairmont, to make bricks for his Greek Revival home. Captain Cheney was hired as the contractor, and Jas Swearington and William Budd made the brick molds for the home.
Hello, I'm Sandy Hallstrom, and welcome. Join me as we take a look back at the rich history of the Red Rock Center for the Arts, from its construction in 1898 as a church to its current-day role as a center for the visual and performing arts. The Red Rock has stood as a credit to its builders and an ornament to the city. Join me as we examine the past and look to the future of the Red Rock Center for the Arts.
Originally built in 1898 by a small group of Christian Science parishioners, the First Church of Christ Scientist is an excellent example of Richardsonian Romanesque style designed by prominent Minneapolis architect Harry Wild Jones.
The year 1925 saw the start of the greatest building boom Fairmont had ever seen. Projects included the filtration plant, the post office, gas plant, and more than 100 private building enterprises. The old post office building, located at Main Street and West 1st Street, was far too small to handle the increased volume following the decision by the federal government to offer parcel post delivery. Community leaders lobbied for a new facility centrally located in the emerging business district on North Avenue. In 1925, land was secured on the corner of Blue Earth and North Avenues, and construction of the new Fairmont Post Office was completed in 19.
More than 2/3 of all college students graduate with school debt. That debt averages more than $20,000 and is climbing. Fairmont Dollars for Scholars exists to help Fairmont High School graduates achieve their post-secondary educational goals by providing scholarships. We are joined in this effort by more than 120 families and organizations in the Fairmont area. Fairmont Dollars for Scholars gives two kinds of scholarships. The first is called a pass-through, where an organization provides the annual funding and the Dollars for Scholars chapter chooses a recipient using an anonymous selection process.
Obviously, college is expensive for everyone, so any time that I could get to help out would definitely help alleviate that stress and help to make college more affordable in the long run, so I won't really have to worry about loans but can concentrate more on my education.
This scholarship has really helped out financially because college is expensive, and so knowing that when I'm graduated that there'll be at least a portion of my tuition that I don't have to pay back is really quite a relief off my shoulders, and it really makes it more enjoyable to attend college knowing that part of it is actually already paid for.
Welcome to Heritage Acres International, an agricultural interpretive center located in Fairmont, Minnesota, designed to tell the ongoing story of farming. Heritage Acres became a vision in 1976 when a group of like-minded individuals came to realize that an important and historic way of life was disappearing from the landscape. Now, Heritage Acres is a rapidly growing reality which provides a rural living experience for people of all ages to see, touch, and explore. Located on 40 acres of rich Martin County prairie, Heritage Acres overlooks Fairmont's beautiful Lake Sisseton. You're invited to discover the many reasons why the Upper Midwest is called America's breadbasket. Providing food and fiber for the world family is an essential and vital industry deserving of recognition and preservation. Early pioneers came from Northern Europe to settle in the vast heartland. Their roots grew deep as their commitment to the land. In 1776, roughly 95% of the people lived on farms.